The man on the fence had dark hair. He was dead, shot in the back, his body falling toward them, as if he had been running from something in the woods. He was folded over the fence like laundry, face down and arms splayed, and birds, 3 shrikes with brown crowns and black masks, flittered near his head. Then, one by one, the 3 birds perched on the fence as if the man were just another lizard or grasshopper they had impaled on the barbed wire prongs and waited to pick apart piece by piece. Bradley and Birdie stood awkwardly at a distance from the body, facing away from it and from each other, and when they saw Mayhill approach, they turned like screws in their spots, only to look slightly in the other direction. Mayhill tipped his hat to Birdie, who did not prostrate herself at his boots and beg for his help. She stood frozen, indignant, arms crossed, her face a mixture of shock and rage that confused him. He had never known Birdie to be quiet. "Bradley," Mayhill shouted, "get over here." Bradley startled and turned from the fence to look at him. He was dirty blonde and big, almost as big as Mayhill, and had the vacant look of a Ken doll, a numb, open-mouthed expression, not unlike the hog Mayhill had just gutted. Mayhill had never entirely trusted him, though Van had trusted Bradley without question. Bradley walked closer, but stood a curiously far distance away from Mayhill. "Why are you here, Bradley?" Mayhill asked. "Who is he? What happened?" Bradley shook his head. "You need to tell me, Bradley." Mayhill jabbed his finger in the air at him. "You need to tell me who he is and what happened." "I don't know. I don't know." Bradley's eyes darted around the pasture. "I just showed up and—" "You just showed up?" "Wednesday," Bradley said. "I work at Birdie and Oney's every Wednesday." This was true. Mayhill shaded his eyes and studied Bradley's face. Bradley's gaze was affixed to Mayhill's feet, his hands trembling. He had a long, dark bruise on his forearm, and body odor radiated from him, even 10 feet away. "You been in a fight?" "No, sir." "That's a bruise of a man who's been in an altercation." Mayhill pointed at Bradley's arm. "No, sir," Bradley said again. "Accident at work." Mayhill nodded slowly. Mayhill believed Bradley because young men like Bradley weren't built for lies. Lying required an intellect that Bradley simply did not possess. Bradley glanced at Birdie. Birdie was tall and lanky like her father Van, and had wild brown hair, which she tied up in a rat's nest of curls on top of her head. Birdie, skin like paper, pale like flour, appeared even paler than Mayhill remembered, almost translucent. Mayhill walked closer to Birdie and bent at the waist to meet her eyes like he would a child. "You okay?" Silence. She looked over her shoulder, out into the pasture, away from the body. Her lip trembled slightly, shocked into silence. "You see anything this morning? Do you know this man?" Birdie said nothing, so he raised his voice an octave. "Birdie girl, I need you to tell me what happened." Her brow furrowed deeper in reaction to, Mayhill guessed, the voice that her father Van had said made him sound like a jackass. He straightened up and stroked his belly as if a cat lay upon it. His jeans were tight against his legs that had ballooned with time, and his pants were in no more danger of falling off than they were of asking how the dead man's day was going. But lack of belt tormented him nonetheless. He felt Bradley looking at him again, and he turned, only to find Bradley now staring at his arms. "It's blood," Mayhill assured him, which did not seem to assure Bradley at all. "Has Birdie said anything?" Mayhill had never known the quick-witted Birdie to be devoid of words. Bradley shook his head. "No, sir. Just told me to follow her." "When'd you get here?" "Around 8, Bradley said." "Where's Oney?" "House." "See anything?" "No, sir." "You find him?" Bradley shook his head. "Buzzards found him."